Okay, welcome to the island, or welcome back to the Islandia's Poddy. We have a very special guest, a lot of mutual friends. This is going to be a very exciting interview. We have the official Raxx in the building. What up?
What's up? What's up? So happy to be here.
This is so cool.
I'm so excited. You're like a hometown homie.
This is hilarious. So we just realized that we're basically from the same hometown.
I know.
So you're from Blue Mountain?
Blue Mountain. Collingwood. Yeah, I went to high school. CCI. Okay. Shout out to CCI.
Yeah, I went to CCI as well.
Did you?
I went to CCI, yeah.
Stop it.
I'm 36, so 86.
Okay.
So I would have graduated. Well, I didn't graduate, but I would have graduated. It's probably like 2003, 2004.
Yeah. Well, you probably didn't have like as much facial hair.
I had none.
Yeah.
I was a skater boy.
Were you?
Yeah.
You need to like show me a photo of like back then. Maybe I might realize you because you were saying someone earlier.
Okay, we're mutual friends with Tanisha.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Tanisha.
Shout out Tanisha. She's doing some good stuff.
I know,
right now.
working with Live Nation.
Right. It's amazing.
Love that for her.
She's amazing. She's amazing. I saw her this past summer actually. She likes the rum a lot. So.
Does she?
Yeah. Can you try the rum?
Oh my god! Cheers. This is the first time, and I'm so excited. Cheers. Oh my god.
It's good, huh?
That's so good.
It's all Canadian.
Wow.
Yeah, so the rum is it comes from Windsor, and then we don't add any sugar when it comes out of the cask. So it's not like a overly sweet spiced rum.
Yeah.
You know, spiced rum, like we probably drank a ton of spiced rum as kids, right? And it's so syrupy and whatnot.
It's so nice. Like it feels really lovely.
Right?
I love it.
Yeah, amazing.
Drink
amazing.
it.
Thanks for reaching out. This has been awesome. Like
yeah.
It's so funny that we just made the connection this past weekend.
I know, it's funny how that works.
And you know my old roommate Darren Chow.
I know. I love D Chow.
D Chow's the best.
Literally the best. Like that's like you are saying some names to me that like was my snowboarding past, and like I love those times.
It's the best.
Happy times.
So you snowboard still, or?
Not as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I broke my back when I was like 20. So that kind of stopped that from happening. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, I still cruise. Like we're up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I grew up. So I was born in Toronto, and then my nana, all my family lived in like Jane and Wilner. So I would always be coming back and forth. Mm-hmm. Did you spend time in Toronto, or were you always in Blue Mountain?
Oh yeah, totally. Anytime I had a chance to come to Toronto, I'd come here, and I was always like, I need to be there one day.
For sure.
It was just like the vibe for me, and like, you know how like Collingwood is. Like, there's not a lot of room to grow.
Totally.
So I kind of had to get out of there.
So when did you start rapping? Have you always rapped?
Well, I did like poetry and shit, and like sang a lot. But like in the comfort of my own home, I was very much a closet artiste.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I did a lot of poetry, and then I think I was around like 27, 28.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay. And I started kind of doing it at home, and then like I just felt like I had something. Mm-hmm. Turns out I did.
You do, mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's been fairly new, like before COVID, obviously.
Before COVID, yeah. So like 6-7 years I've been doing it now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but like COVID definitely slowed down. Like everyone did.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you seem to have like, I mean, this past weekend. Actually, let's not get into that just yet. Shout out Islandia Spiced Rum.
I need to drink a little bit more of this rum first.
Shout out Islandia Spiced Rum. I gotta get one beer. And then. This is one of our other sponsors.
Oh, Storyteller. Is it?
Yeah,
I know Storyteller.
Yeah, so Storyteller Lager. Shout out Storyteller Lager. And then shout out Leisure Department for keeping us fresh.
Shout you out.
You know, so if you want Coke or ginger ale, by the way, to mix.
I'm good. I got my happy water.
Oh, nice. What is it?
Cottage Springs. Shout out you guys.
Hey, shout out Cottage Springs.
It's the new one. It's the grape one, and I'm so obsessed with all their new flavors.
Dude, they come up with new flavors all the time. It's so good though.
But they have this like party pack at the LCBO. Yeah. And it has like 4 flavors, and they all slap.
Oh yeah, I bet. Mm. Okay, let's get into what happened this past weekend.
Yeah.
So we literally were talking Friday, weren't we?
Yeah, like before the weekend.
Yeah.
Because I knew what was going down.
Right. So we booked this pretty quick.
Yeah.
But this past weekend, you're opening up for Druski. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know the story yet, but shout out Druski. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. There's no hate. Like, it's all love with Druski.
So, yeah, what happened?
I mean, first and foremost, like, I want to just, like, say that I love Druski, like, a fan of him and stuff. I had auditioned for this like months ago, sent in some stuff because he posted on his website that he wanted artists, rappers, singers, poets, dancers for this opportunity, right? So I was really excited about that. I applied and completely kind of forgot about it.
Okay.
And then fast forward to last week, I had received an email, and it was like, oh, congratulations, you've made it to the next round. Like, you have potential to open for Druski. Huge opportunity.
Of course.
In front of 3,200 people.
Right.
Everybody knows who's going to be there.
Yeah.
It was just a huge opportunity. And, like, I was really excited for that to kind of come to our city and kind of showcase the talent that Toronto has. So stoked for that. So Saturday comes around, and we all have to be at the venue at 4:00. And then I noticed that he kind of made a post saying, like, calling out artists or whatever a couple hours before going to the venue. So that was that. And I got to the venue 4:00. Things were kind of, like, weren't moving how they should be. In my experience, like, I've been doing this for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think I work in film as well. So there's a lot of scheduling and a lot of work that goes into something like this, correct?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm a big person. I throw shows on my own, and I think that, like, professionalism is key and organization is key. I think that was lacking a little bit in that experience. So yeah, we got there, waited in a little room with a bunch of people, and then expecting to kind of get in the room with Druski and, like, kind of shoot the shit and get onto the stage, because there wasn't a lot of information to the artists and who was there. Like, we kind of were just, like, put into it and just, like, here you go. So we're waiting there, and then finally someone comes in from their team and kind of says, excuse me, what's going on. And they say that we have to audition, all of us, again, which was weird in a sense.
Sorry, how many people there?
Like 50 to like 100, let's say. Like they were slowly coming in.
Right.
So they said we had to audition again for this show. And I had already thought, because I got the email, that I was kind of on the next round of what was going on. It was just like a lot of miscommunication and a lot of, like, what's happening.
Seems like a waste of time. Like, in the yeah, I mean, like, not to cut you off, but, like, that seems crazy.
It gets better.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, you guys all have to audition. So we're like, oh, like, I guess we're kind of going into the room with Druski and, like, auditioning for him, and then he kind of handpicks who he wants on the stage with him, correct?
Yeah.
Because I had watched a lot of the auditions, and I knew what I was getting into. Mm-hmm. I knew that it was a comedy show, and it was, a lot of making fun of, like, parody artists and all that shit, but there was talented people that I saw on the audition. So I thought it was a great opportunity for me. And so when they told us we're going to go audition in the room again, so we all line up, go in, and it's a room of all men, and they are kind of standing there, not very welcoming. And I went in, and I had to do another audition. So rapped a cappella to them. And they're like, great, you're going on stage tonight. So that was awesome. Okay. I was stoked. I was super stoked, like, feeling good. Made an Instagram video, told my people to pull up. It was a great feeling, and I was really stoked on it. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to them being like, all right, come back at 6:30. And at this point, it's like 5:45, let's say. So no one really left. We kind of all stood around and waited more without much information. So we knew that we were going on stage, and then they're like, you, like, come back at 6. So we came back at 6, and still the Meridian people didn't really know what was going on. And shout out them, because they were working hard and stuff like that. But they put us back into that room. 16 acts got through to the stage round, right?
Right.
So at this point, no one's telling us any information, and we're kind of just all waiting around. The anticipation's crazy. We're all kind of, like, congratulating each other, because I felt like it was an accomplishment as an artist.
Of course.
Like, Druski is someone that I really look up to, and like, I really like his story, and he's connected with a lot of great people in the industry. So in my mind at this point, I was like, this is a great time. Like we're gonna do great.
Yeah.
And then it's getting close to showtime and no one really knows what's happening. They kind of put us all in a group chat and just said stay in the room. So we all kind of stayed in the room, and there was no water and there was no food, and we weren't allowed to bring water or food into the venue. So we kind of had to go and buy $7 water, whatever. But just coming
By the way, we got water for you.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to Island Diaz Poddy.
It's the little things,
right?
you know?
Of course.
And me coming from a film background, like I've done low budget films with 300 background and
they still have a full on craft table.
Yeah.
Of course. You have to make sure that.
Yeah. And I think like you should take care of your people, especially if they made it to that next round.
Totally.
And stuff like that. And there was, 16 acts and 10 chairs in the room. So it was just kind of, it felt very like disrespectful.
100%. Yeah.
And that was kind of my first red flag.
Yeah.
And then I was like kind of standing there and like trying to figure out what's going on. And finally someone from his team had come in and been like, okay, so everybody, and this was around like 8:00. The show supposed to start at 8:00. This is kind of how it's going down. There's going to be 16 of you. We're breaking you up into 2 groups, 10 of you at the start, 6 of you at the end. This is your number. And just so you know, not all of you are going to go on stage tonight. And we're just like, what? Like, you guys told us we were going on stage and you got our hopes up. So what's going on with that? We've been sitting in this room since pretty much 4:00 without water or food. What's going on? Like a lot of us were like, we didn't really know, but it's still like in my heart, I was just like, no, like it doesn't matter. Like I'm here, like Druski, like it's such a good opportunity. That's what I kept telling myself. And I didn't want to leave because I'm like, this is my opportunity. And there was a lot of important people that were in that room that night. And so the story gets even better. They start naming off all the names, and they said they're 10 first, and then I was in the second half. I was number 15 out of 16. So I automatically in my brain was like, oh, I'm not going to perform tonight. Like, I'm not getting on the stage, whatever. And that was that, and I was just kind of bummed. At this point, I was bummed, and I had already made a post, and I was, like, so stoked. And I'm just like, I just don't understand why you would get my hopes up in that sense. And so the show starts going, and another thing, they were like, you guys can't go watch the show. And that was another red flag that I was like, okay.
It seems like a reality TV show, like a bad one in a way. Like it's like Survivor. Okay.
So they're like, you guys can't watch the show. And I was just like, that's not happening. Like, I'm going to watch the show. Like, so I ended up, speaking to his team and being like, what's going on? And they were like, you can go watch the show. So I went in, watched the show, and I started to kind of see what exactly it was. And that's where it was like, shit, like, what did I get myself into? But at the same time, I was like, I know that I'm going to get on that stage and rock it because that's what I do. And I've been doing it for a long time. Yeah. The 10 acts that were on stage, I don't think were as seasoned as myself, and the 6 that were chosen for the second half. So there was just a lot of questions and a lot of things, right? So I started watching all the acts go onto the stage, and it just wasn't good. It was just one thing after another, and
like they weren't good, or was it?
No, they were good.
On it?
They were
like,
good. They were
was
good.
he like kind of poking fun?
Yeah.
Or something? Okay. Yeah, I can see where this is going. So
that's kind of where the show went, and that it was.
It's more of a circus than like an actual talent thing. No,
I think it was advertised as a comedy show, but I think it was more like a talent show, and the vibe was just like, okay, so this is what we're doing here, and I was just like, okay, like still in the mentality of like, whatever, I'm going on stage, it doesn't matter, because that's what an artist does. They're like, whatever, we're doing this. No, for sure. We're here. Sure. So finally, the final 6 gets called to go on stage, and we're side stage. And there's very, very, very important people watching. And then all of a sudden, and the show's supposed to end at like 10:10, from what the Meridian staff had told me, because I'd asked around, because his team had blamed it on timing and because the show started late. And so I asked Meridian staff, like, what time does the show end? Because I wanted to know, like, if I was going to get pushed or what. And they said 10:10. So looking at the timing, I was like, oh, like we're all going to get on. So we were side stage waiting to get on. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know what happened, but the tour manager was like, the show's done. Smiley's going on. Like, you guys all have to get out of here. And we're like, what? Like, we're just about to go on. Like, what do you mean we all have to get out of here? And so they kicked all of the artists, the 6 artists that were sitting there waiting, off backstage. So they also told us, they're like, so wait for your merch, because they were going to give us merch and be like, here you go. Like, you guys didn't go on stage, so you've been waiting since 4:00. Here's some merch to make the kind of the blow, I guess. Sure. Was their excuse. Yeah. So they told us to go back to that room. So we went, the 6 of us that were actually like really upset and like disappointed. I think that that's the best way that I can describe this experience, was disappointment, because it could have been executed so much better. Yeah. So we waited and waited and waited. And then all of a sudden, like, Meridian staff comes in and they kind of kick us out of the room. So we didn't get merch. We kind of left there with like the expectation of something, and then it just kind of being like brushed off.
Yeah, it sounds foul. Sucks.
So like I took a moment to like kind of feel how I felt. I was really disappointed. And I mean, there's rumors that there was all these fights and all these things, and like people were messaging me there's fights, and yeah, like the vibe in that room was like weird, you know. So that's probably why certain people haven't posted about it or talked about it, because they know exactly what that was. And looking back at it, I just think it was super unfair to the artists that were a part of that. And I don't even know if they understand what happened. But they were used. We were all used. And to the extent of him, and like, we didn't get paid a single dollar to be there. And you sold out the Meridian. So like, you do the math.
Are you saying you got used because you brought a bunch of people?
No, we got used as the, like, what the whole show was based on.
And no one knew.
And no one, like, I thought it was more like, you know, an experience, and then you audition and all this shit, and then get on stage, and it's like I perform my song. Right. But that wasn't it at all. No. Then they told us too, when we get on stage, like, you have to do it a cappella because Druski's just gonna cut you up. Like, they didn't say that, but that's the reality of it. And I think that there is something there that he could have done, and like really showcased what Toronto had, and like that's the most disappointing part.
Do you think he's doing this in other cities the same way?
Oh, 100%.
So is it like, I kind of don't understand. Is it like he's bringing artists on stage to make fun of them?
Yeah. It's and that's what's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's
cringe.
Fucked up, yeah. And I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna say that to Druski. Like, it's fucked up because he had been in a point in his life before he blew up, and like he's got to remember that point of like, like for me, it was an extremely big opportunity personally, because I had fans in the audience, for one, and I had people that were really looking forward to that experience. And it was just kind of robbed of me, and like made kind of like a joke of like my career and what I'm doing. And same with all those other artists that got on that stage. It was just, and you got to kind of look back at too, like mental health right now. Like, imagine if an artist went on that stage and got embarrassed in front of 3,200 people, and then ended their music career, killed themselves, like, God forbid. You know, like, there's so much to it. And like, I think that there's a way to execute that show in a certain way, but that was not it. And it was not it in Toronto. And it was just really disappointing.
I wonder how it's touring. Like, I wonder if every time it's just like,
yeah.
Because again, you're getting like the hopium there is not, is dangerous too, right?
Yeah.
Well, fucking, that sucks.
It sucks. And like, I wish that he used his platform to, you know, like.
You think he would? He seems like a genuine dude, right?
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't know. Like, this could be like misconstrued, like with his team and stuff, because even after the show, I did see Drew and he did point at me and he did say, like, you were supposed to be on the show, Raxx. Like, what's going on? Okay. And then was upset with his team. And I just think that the organization of it lacked and the execution lacked, and like you can do so much better, Druski. So like if you're gonna come back to the city, like step it up a little bit, because
or watch your back.
no, I'm not even
okay,
gonna say that, because like I still have respect for him, but I did lose respect for him.
No, 100%. Especially like not just yourself, all the other artists, right? Like,
and that's kind of where it was like I did have like a time where I was like, should I even talk about this?
Yeah.
But I think like I would like to be a voice, because there are a lot of people that were in my DMs and a lot of artists in my DMs that had kind of the same similar experiences in the States.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of like, don't make people's art like a joke, you know,
100%.
because like, yeah, there are those like people that you're like, like, why are you doing this? But like, it's their fucking passion. It's their hobby. Like, I think that you're making a bag off other people's expenses.
Or if you're going to do it, maybe use comedians, because they, like, that makes a little bit more sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And like not serious artists that like took the time. I could have had a paid booked show that night.
No, for sure. I think it's the wasting of time is the biggest thing, right?
And there was no regard of that, and not even an apology. And that's where I'm like, like, really? Like, you guys know, and you guys know who I am, and you know my shit. I was casted, you know, and also Druski himself looked at me and said, you were supposed to be on the show tonight. So it was just like a lot of shit, and like I'm just first and foremost disappointed, like, and I just want artists like that take this shit seriously to know what they're getting into.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Totally. I mean, I've been in the film industry for a while. As you just realized, I was a music video director when I first started. So it was like 18, 19 all over. My sister used to live at Jane and Finch in the Palisade buildings. So shout
out Jane and Finch.
Shout out Jane and Finch. So I was there like every summer. As much as I could, I'd be there. So I got in. I mean, I was always into hip hop since like Crisscross days.
I love
you know?
that.
Yeah.
You need to send me like your reels, because I want to see your work.
For sure. For sure. I haven't done a video. Last video I did, I can't name the artist. He's pretty famous. But so I was living in LA and I was like, yo, can I get so-and-so any like alcohol or whatever? They're like, yeah, get him this, that. And he really likes Moon Rocks. I was like, what's that? Because I'm from, that's MDMA.
Oh, is that?
That's what in LA, that's what they call it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So I didn't know. I was downtown. I drove
I love
to
LA so much.
I used to live there. I love it.
Did you? Where did you live?
I lived in Venice Beach.
Oh my God. Yeah. I want to move to Santa Monica. Like, that is my life.
Santa Monica's amazing. Yeah. It's all great. It's just like the only thing is I'm a walker. I don't like driving everywhere.
Right. You have to have a car.
Yeah.
Big thing.
So anyway, I went to Malibu, got some Moon Rocks, allegedly. And then I gave this so-and-so artist, I was like, hey, man, thanks so much for showing up 5 hours late, as they all do. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing music videos, too.
Timing is not. Like, for me, I'm an AD.
Yeah, you got to be on time.
I have to.
You got to be on time.
And I know, like, what goes into it.
It's crazy. So anyways, I give it to him. We start rolling with him like 45 minutes later. And I didn't know what I was buying, really. Like, I didn't know how much I gave the guy.
Where did you get it?
Malibu. I knew a guy in Malibu. Yeah.
It's always the guys in Malibu.
It's always the guys in Malibu. So then next thing I know, I'm like, yo, man, it's your turn to rap. No, I said it way cooler than that, but like.
So he's a rapper.
Yeah.
We got that.
So he can't move his jaw.
Okay.
So now he's trying to rap, but he's just like, and then he doesn't know that he's supposed to be rapping his lyrics. I was like, dude. What's going on here? This is $120,000 music video too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is it out?
This is 7 years ago.
Okay.
It's
been
out.
It's been out.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah. I'll tell you who it is after.
Drop it in the bar.
But yeah, man. So that was like the last time I was like, you know what? These guys are showing up late.
Yeah.
They take too much drugs that I buy them.
You buy them. You're the pusher.
Right? Well, no, I was going off the manager.
No, of course. You got to do whatever they say.
Well, for sure. It's in the rider.
I've been there too.
And I had to go, like, I wasn't going to ask a PA or anything to get it. So I was like, I hopped in the whip, but I was just like, I'll just go get it. Yeah. Can you go get these Moon Rocks or whatever? I don't know. Yeah, just go to Malibu. Take this guy's number.
Take the production vehicle.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, that was, and I mean, I've done a lot of videos back in 2007, 2008, and then up until probably 2013, 2014 in the city. So I've done a lot of videos for, I mean, I might be shooting in the dark here, but like Ninth Uno,
okay,
Decisive.
Okay.
Lou Breeze.
I don't know who that is.
Really? You should. Oh, Lou Breeze is a legend. He was gonna get signed with Ludacris back in the day.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I'll send you some stuff. You'll love him.
Shout out
Yeah, he's a
Ludacris.
light skinned guy. And then a bunch of other guys, and it was just I love doing it, and I love performance videos more than anything because I remember I would do little concepts and I'd write treatments and stuff, and people would be like, I don't really want this. I just want me
With a microphone.
And you know what? I love seeing people perform, right?
Yeah.
So I prefer that. And actually with Island Diaz, so sorry, I still do videos, and I'll do one for you.
Yeah,
but
you have to.
I do
it's
stuff
on camera now. So.
I have to. I do stuff where like the artist will hold the bottle, rap with the bottle. So I get promo, they get promo, they get a free video, and
oh
I get.
Oh my God, totally.
Yeah. So
into it.
We'll do that like when it gets a little warmer.
And the video, like this bottle, like the artwork is so lit. Like
Thank
it's
you.
so cool.
My friend Jake Carruthers did that. So I wrote him a script for him to.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You were so cool.
Thank
This whole like production team is super cool.
It's cool, right? One Take Jake. Shout out Jakey.
One Take Jake.
I love One Take Jake. Yeah.
Love
You're going to do a video with him?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so into it.
Got to use that room up there.
Like, honestly, don't.
No, it's
don't tell people yet.
Well, no, it's happening tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, there's cameras here, probably.
Yeah. This phone too
cool.
is really, really cool too.
Yeah, that's the Island Diaz spiced phone.
This is like lit. Like, yeah.
Zach Morris, I guess.
Shout out Zach Morris.
No, it's really, really cool that you are from very close to where I live and doing something similar. I'm not saying I'm a rapper, but like, in the ads, I act, I do, I write, I direct. Now I'm podcasting, have a spiced rum company.
You're just like an entrepreneur.
Oh, super entrepreneur.
With
but
a
like,
capital E.
But it's like, it's funny because coming from where we're from,
right?
It's kind of irregular, right? Not to say everyone that I know is super supportive, but it's not. I wasn't like hanging around with Sega Beach, be like, I want to go start a podcast and maybe like do a sketch on something, maybe, but like not really. I was always into like the standard thing, like skateboarding and filming that.
Yeah.
So
who did you hang out with in high school?
So Sean Turcotte, Derek Turcotte, yeah. Okay, so Tanisha, obviously.
Love.
So Tanisha dated Sean.
Yeah. Wow.
Matt Lucas. I went to CCI.
Yeah,
When did you start going to CCI? Because I feel like I didn't.
I'm 30. I'm 33.
I'm 36. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No one can hear us if we do this. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
When did I go to high school? I don't even know.
You went to CCI the whole time?
Yeah.
Really?
But I dropped out.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit.
I'm missing I didn't finish my what's it called? The community service hours.
Oh, did you graduate?
No, because
Me
of that.
neither. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what this was.
I mean,
cut that out.
Still go to school though, maybe or something. I don't know.
Yeah, go to school. Like, stay in school, kids.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no.
Don't end up like us.
Yeah, no, you don't want to. So do you go back often?
Sometimes.
Does your family still live there?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah. And in Ottawa. Do you know Ottawa?
I know Ottawa, of course.
Did you ever go to bush parties in Ottawa?
I have a friend from Ottawa.
Ew. Shut the fuck up.
Well, maybe it's not Ottawa. No? What?
I lost my virginity.
No, you didn't. Well, how did I know this? Did I know this somehow? Not that part, but like, did you date him?
Like, if you want to call it that, I lost my virginity.
Wow. Holy fuck.
Isn't that weird?
Yo, he was a really
Please
cool guy.
Please bleep his name. Please.
Sure. I'm going to have to. But did you still talk to him at all or no?
No.
Okay,
I don't
guess
think
not.
I've talked to him since grade 9.
Wow. Okay. Are we bleeping everyone's name out?
No,
or what?
we can leave. No. No, bleep everyone's name.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
How did I know that? I didn't know that, but like, why did I bring that name up? But I used to hang out with him.
That's crazy. You probably heard that I was a crazy bitch.
No, I didn't. All I heard was, I remember.
I would love to know what you heard.
I thought that you were Adam's little sister.
Yeah, like
Adam
a lot of
McCarroll.
people. A lot of people say that. No,
Why is that?
because I have 2 L's and he has 1 L.
Well, no, I know, and you guys aren't related, but like for some reason I thought maybe I was like, okay,
Because
that
it's
makes
McCarroll
sense.
and McCarroll,
and it's so close by, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
People can think that, like.
That's hilarious, because that's what like I knew about you before,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Like because I met you through D Chow,
D Chow.
and then okay, Darren Chow for everyone that doesn't know. So I met you through D Chow, and when
we don't have to blank his name.
No.
We can keep that.
We might have to keep them all out because I can't even keep track.
No, we
you know
have to blank.
Okay, we'll blank the other guy.
Other guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Do a note, Jake. Do a note.
One take, Jake. He's got it. One take, beep. Yeah, no. So I remember meeting you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like Blue Mountain days.
Yeah.
Darren took us to like K2 or some shit, and then we went to some condo, a chalet maybe.
A chalet.
A chalet. Yeah.
Sure.
It was a chalet, and there was 2 other like white guys. I forget.
Of course there was.
But like
I would love to know the names. Oh my God, please remember the name.
No, they were younger than me, right? They were like 3 years younger than me.
So they were probably like my age.
Yeah,
was it like, there's a lot of names you have to blank.
Like, Matty T.
Stop it.
I remember he was there.
Stop it.
And he's younger than me, but like.
Was Dan Rotundo there?
I wouldn't know.
Oh my
God. I don't know if I know that name.
That is crazy.
Matty T. So he
You guys are gonna break me at this podcast. This is the best podcast I've ever been on.
Perfect. Yeah, I love Matty T. I remember he was
That is crazy. Hannah Ambo, you are gonna die. And I can't wait to tell you this.
I don't know who that is. Hannah Ambo?
Yeah, she's from Wasaga Beach.
Okay.
Love her. Jade Lennon. Do you know Jade Lennon?
I don't know Jade Lennon.
Oh my God. Ashley
Lemon?
Goheen.
I know Ashley Goheen. Yeah.
Shout out Ashley Goheen.
She was on my bus. She was on my bus to CCI.
Shit.
That's hilarious. Again, 3 years
my
maybe
life
older.
is being like, our lives are being exposed right now.
For sure. I mean, I
now
people
are gonna go check in it.
Yeah. Now they're gonna be hollering at your friends.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Follow them all.
Yeah, and get some details on Raxx.
Don't do that.
So this is hilarious. Okay, so obviously growing up in Blue Mountain and now becoming a rapper, do you think like what are people thinking? Because I know my situation, people are like they get it, but they're like wow,
I
like
know.
right? It's from someone
that makes us
we know a
unique.
lot of people in the city that are it's just a normal thing to do. Right.
I mean, you know how Collingwood is. I went down a dark path.
Yeah, of course, everyone did.
And hung out with the wrong people, hung out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
I still do that.
We're all human, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
But I mean, that was kind of like a thing, and
of course,
I don't know. It's just funny how things come like full circle.
Yeah.
And this is one of those full circle.
This is
moments.
crazy. I didn't really realize it was gonna get like this.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Me neither. I didn't know you were gonna name drop on me like that.
No, and like honestly, I'm 30
People
for 30.
People that are watching this,
I'm 30 for 30. Like if I hit another name and then you know them, I'm just like, okay,
it's my
what is going on?
reactions, like Jake and my reactions.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Slow mo, like
don't bring that guy up.
Taking me
Hilarious.
back. Like the fact that you got that on camera is the funniest shit ever, and I can't wait to put it on my Instagram.
Yeah, we might have to fucking burn a lot of this footage. Who knows?
No,
I'm
keep
kidding.
it in.
I'm
Keep
kidding.
it in. But just blank their names.
Yeah, blank the names. But how crazy is it to where you're at now?
Yeah.
Right? And everyone must be super proud, but again, it's just like an anomaly, you know?
You know what? I am so happy with the support that I get from Collingwood because it's so amazing.
Yeah,
and they are really supportive, and people that I didn't even think, knew who I was or cared about me have reached out. But it also comes with the people that hate me as well. Like all the trolls and the haters and stuff. Like there's a lot of bullies from my high school that have been in my DMs, and
for sure.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's
funny.
mean, but I can just be like,
yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, there's some dudes that say fuck me, but fuck them too.
Fuck them.
It's just like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, who
not
cares
from back home, but like around.
Oh yeah, no, like in the internet, yeah. Sure. But back home.
Back home, yeah. You know what? I haven't really had to deal with that too much. Maybe it's different being a male as well.
Totally.
Yeah. But a female rapper again, like it's
a
awesome.
white female rapper.
And you're actually really. I'm not actually really good. You're really, really, really good. You're
Clip
really
that.
talented.
Clip that, Jake.
Yeah, that's.
It's
Don't bleep that one, okay?
Thank you. I really respect that.
No, because I grew up on lyricists, right?
Oh, thank you.
So, not to take anything away from what's happening now. I still like sometimes I'm in the club. I'm like, cool, yeah. I can get down and I can show I can still party with the young boys.
Cool.
But no, I really appreciate like lyricism.
That means a lot to me.
And we were listening to you. You know what's funny? I was listening to you on my way home from Wasaga Beach to Toronto with my new wife, I guess.
Shout out her.
Yeah. She's like, and I was like, yo, what do you think? Or Alyssa. And I was like, what do you think? She's like, yeah, no, she's good.
Love that.
Like,
thank you, Alyssa.
Yeah, Alyssa
Love
likes
you.
it. So
I think that it's important, and I want to stay true to myself. I know that like I'm not really following in the same steps as most of the female rappers are doing, and that's kind of why I feel like I'm still independent and still kind of doing this thing. But I want to be true to who I am, and I want to represent my genre, like, and thick women and tomboys, you know, like, and those girls. And like when I get DMs from girls being like, it's so refreshing to see a girl that's not like, you know, like pussy, ass. I mean, I do have that. Like, that's not like I do have that. But I think with this year and like last year, like I really wanted to more focus on like being true to who I am and like rapping about shit that females go through, because I mean, I'm out there dating hood boys and dealing with that and like being on the other spectrum of that and like having them go out in the trenches and like you're sitting there waiting. Right. Like we deal with a lot of PTSD from that shit. And I think it's important to have that out there for girls.
I'm going to go on the record and say a lot of maybe just Toronto female artists. By the way, do you know Lola Buns?
Buns.
Yeah, Lola Buns.
Yes, I love her.
I said it wrong. No, I've done a commercial with her. I just misspoke. I know her. I know her. She's my girl. I love her. Yeah,
we're already drinking half a bottle.
44.4%. Not everyone can handle it.
It's crazy and it's so delicious.
It's delicious, right? Yeah. Go buy a bottle at the LCBO. No, Lola Buns, again, lyricism. Yeah, she's amazing. I've worked with her a couple times. You're friends with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Love her. She's going to Austin right now for South by Southwest. Same with Charmaine.
Okay, cool.
Do you know who Charmaine is?
I do.
I love.
So I was gonna say a lot of the female artists, and I might get a lot of flack for this, but like a lot of the female artists, maybe I would say in the city and also like everywhere else, are a lot more lyrics forward than the male artists.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you noticed that?
This is why you need the soundboard. Meow meow meow. Like soundboard that, because yes, facts. Like, and
or am I crazy? I'm not crazy. No,
you're absolutely not crazy. And the thing is with Toronto, and like a lot of people are gonna be like meow meow meow. But with the male artists, a lot of it is focused on politics and what's going on. And blah blah blah. But like the girls, like we're working. We're working, and people are just kind of like. You know, I think that now we're getting more recognition because we're doing bigger things than the boys. So they're just on Instagram Live like rah, 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 I'm beefing you, and like the blogs only post that shit because that's what gets the views. Which is bullshit. And there was a post that I posted today, and I want to make sure to shout this person out because it was an amazing thing.
By the way, I saw that post that you hit up Jersey.
Yeah, Druski.
Yeah. Have you met Druski?
Not officially.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in the same room a lot of times. I've done videos and I've been in the same room, but not like shake his hand. And that's one of my goals as an artist.
I feel like that guy, I don't know him. I know a lot of people work with him, but he's always looking at what's happening in the city.
He knows.
Yeah,
he knows who I am. And he fucking, never mind. But yeah, he,
do we have to bleep that out too?
No, we don't have to bleep that out. But he is kind of, he's my hero.
Yeah, dude, what a legend.
He's a legend, and you know, like my goal in life is to, you know, just have that moment with him.
Yeah, no.
So, and it'll happen.
Sure. Totally.
Trisdy. But what I was gonna say is, crossings. The city won't change unless we change what we promote. If the blog stopped posting beef and diss tracks, Toronto would have a better chance in the industry, but all people pay attention to is us bringing each other down. Shake my head. Shout out y'all, because that is so true. It's just so funny how they just sit there and post Instagram lives and they like hype all these artists up that don't even have fucking talent. And I will say it, and I'll say it with my chest. Like, you guys need to start promoting who has talent in the city, because it will help in the long run so much for the next artists that are coming out. And that's a big reason why I do this shit, because I want to be a what is it called when someone like starts the path?
Trendsetter?
No,
like passing the torch.
No, yeah, like kind of like that. Like, I don't
Jake,
know.
what is that? Look it up. Role model.
Sure. Well,
Jake's our new Jamie.
I love that. But just like paving the way.
Paving the way, for sure.
And like just allowing women especially to like know that they can fucking do this. And like the biggest compliment for me is like when someone says you inspire me. That is the biggest compliment ever. And I just want girls to keep pushing, because I'm so sick of going on these Toronto bills and only being the only girl. It's so frustrating. And that's a big part of why I put shows on and all women shows, because we need to showcase that. It's
for sure.
Absolute bullshit. Like, ugh,
it's funny because, like, honestly, I can't think of one female artist from the city that's not lyrical, really. Like, I really can't.
I can think of a couple, but I'm not going to say their names. But I mean, I love all the women, and we all support each other. And I just want to see more of it. So of course. If you're a female and you want to do this shit, like, just fucking do it.
Yeah. Now, when someone says they you inspire them, how do you react to that?
I love it. It's my favorite thing. Like, I'm a crier.
It's hard for me to accept praise.
What's it called? Imposter syndrome. Definitely have that.
It's tough. Yeah. It's just like I feel awkward.
You're humble.
It's like I'll help people out all day, but when people are like,
"What's your sign?"
Libra.
Okay, we get along.
October 10th.
We vibe.
What are you?
I'm a Pisces.
I don't really know much about the signs, but
I know. You always gotta ask.
Yeah.
It just says a lot about a person. But yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Do you would you ever perform in Wasaga Beach?
Yeah. I'm performing in Collingwood April 22nd.
Where?
I don't know the venue yet, but
I'm like in the mountains? Or
no, in town, in Collingwood.
Okay,
town.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that because there's gonna be a lot of like hometown friends that are there.
That'll be fun, right?
Yeah, and that'll be kind of a full circle.
Do you like performing in front of friends?
I mean,
it's like a new thing, right? Like when you first came out as a rapper, were your friends just like, where'd this come from? Or did they know?
Even my mom was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, it was kind of like a surprise.
Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a sister.
Okay. Younger or older?
Younger. She's in Australia.
Okay.
Hi, Emma.
What does she think about the rapping?
She loves it. She loves it. She's a DJ.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Family
she's all the way over in Australia.
Yeah, on the other side of the world, mate.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck they say over there. Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah, mate. Put another couple birds on the barbie.
Shrimp on the barbie.
I'm from Austria.
You're gonna get cut right up. But yeah. Is it nerve-wracking in front of friends? Yeah, sometimes. I think that, like, if I'm performing in Collingwood, I'm going to be nervous for sure because, like, it's, like, people from my high school and shit. Like, there's a little bit more
funny.
pressure.
Like, again, like, I have a similar path as you, and every time I go back to, like, you know, with Sega and my friends there, when they're like, yo, how's this? That? It's a lot to take in, but, like, it's an everyday thing in the city where people are like, hey, what did you do this weekend? Oh, I did, we just shot with Tyga or this, that, and the other. It's like
in LA?
No, just saying like this is like an example of what happened on a weekend. It's just it seems like nothing to someone that is like in the industry. Yeah.
Oh, did you just name drop?
No, I didn't work with Tyga. I was just using him as a reference, and that was not
say.
The guy that I drugged.
Okay. Because I was gonna say.
No, but like if I said that somewhere, you know, in to my friends I grew up with,
right?
They just might take it differently or like that I'm bragging or something, right? But it's just like kind of sometimes it's just what happened, right?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because in the film industry, like I've worked with a couple A-listers and like people know that and they're just like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But it's like it's just a job, and
to be honest, it's like kind of more of a pain in the ass.
It is, and like those people are just people. Like I've dealt with very high maintenance celebrities and low maintenance celebrities, but I think it just comes down to like human decency and like how good a person is, because there can be a shitty person that works at Tim Hortons. It doesn't matter. It's just about the human, not what they do.
Well, it comes down to like how you present yourself too, right? Like the most famous person in the world, if they feel comfortable with you, then they're gonna be chilling. I was smoking out of a fucking apple with Dan Fogler, the guy that he's in not the Harry Potter, but the other Harry Potter things. And I was with him for a whole weekend in Victoria and then also in Toronto. And he just liked me because I didn't really give a fuck who he was, right?
Yeah. And if you treat like celebrities like normal people, like, and same like,
and nothing like normal people, just treat them like a person.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just like because they rather that because they're being, you know, their ass is being kissed.
Yeah, it's like yes all the time.
Totally.
Like I've had some experiences like that. Like even Wiz Khalifa, I love you, Wiz. I did a video with Zach Fax and
Zach. I love Zach Fax.
Love Zach. And we did late night messages. And
so when did you do this video?
2000 before the pandemic.
He directed it.
Yeah.
And you were AD, or
I was an AD. Yeah, okay, I was one of the. I was a third on that.
So,
but I got to hang out with Wiz.
That's hilarious. So you want a funny story?
Yeah.
How did I meet Zach Vax?
How did
We're
weed?
both directors.
Definitely
That would
smoking
be
weed.
a good answer. But we're both directors,
Yeah.
right? 2007, he was a rapper.
Shut the fuck up. I think people have told me that. Yeah.
So I shot one of his shows. I was directing one of his shows. Like I was like on stage with him, and then that was the last time I saw him. And then now me and him are working on a show together.
Are you like right now currently?
Yeah. And
oh my God, love you, Zach.
And I met him last summer for like officially since that show, and I've seen him because I always knew, like I was like he's a really dope rapper.
Yeah. Is he?
He's just dope he's dope at everything he does. He's just a talented guy.
Like he's an alien. He's like fucking in his mind. Like I would love to live in his mind for a moment.
Oh, it's wild, right?
Yeah.
Wild. So I reconnected with him last summer. I was like, he's like, yeah, man, like you kind of look familiar. I'm like, we know each other. He's like, how? I'm like, I'm like, you were a rapper. He's like, oh fuck.
That's so cool.
we're boys now, and it's funny because we're both directors, right?
Yeah.
So we would never really have actually worked or met each other, but now we're kind of working on a project together. So
I'm really excited to see that.
He's gonna be on the Poddies at some point.
I love that.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting to call him. So people like you keep taking his spot.
Sorry, Zach. I'm sorry.
That's really cool that you AD'd for him though.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
no, it was definitely one of those moments that I was like, yes. And like it was a big film career moment.
Has he ever directed one of your videos?
No, but I would love that.
Yeah, right.
If I have the Zach Vac budget, I would definitely call him.
Yeah, okay.
We're getting there. We're getting there slowly.
100%.
We're just at Jake the One Take budget right now.
One Take Jake. That's all you
got.
got.
Shout out him. But his budgets are good and they're right and like let's go.
Shout out One Take Jake. He gets one take, and if it's good or not, it's in the fucking can. I'm just kidding.
I love that.
No, Jake's awesome. Jake's like, he's my little homie.
Yeah, and it's super dope with like Zach. So that was with like I think either Mad Rock or Pop Rock. I worked with them.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think he was with Mad Rock. But
yeah, we did a bunch of videos. Like I did a bunch of videos.
Cool. So do you AD videos and everything else, or just videos?
No, I did everything like TV shows, movies, everything. But I kind of took a step back from ADing because you know how it is, like being on set for 14 hours and then trying to do this.
Yeah, that was a lot, right?
It was a lot. So I ended up finding a production company. It's called, I'm not going to say it, but production company in Toronto. And we do like reality TV and it's so dope. And it's like, honestly, the best job I've ever had.
No way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you're ADing on that, or are you doing?
No, I'm just like a manager of the
Okay, like production manager?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I've directed for TV for a while. I started, so what happened with the rum is I started it in COVID. Yeah. So COVID, I was flying back before COVID. I was going to LA and New York. I was going to sign with SNL's company, Above Average, for directing ads there. And it was
How were you working in the States, by the way?
I had a visa for a while.
What'd you have, E1?
E2.
E2.
Yeah. So I was okay for a bit.
And how did you get that visa?
Lawyers.
$10,000?
No. Well, okay, one of my best friends growing up, it's a lawyer. He didn't get me the visa, but he's getting me a new one.
Okay, can you tell him that I need help?
For sure, he went to CCI as well.
Shut the fuck up. Who
I'm
is
not
it?
gonna. I'm not gonna drop his name.
Bleep it.
I'm not gonna drop his name. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Anyways,
do I know him?
He may have slept with him. No.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. So I was back and forth, and then the last trip I made there, we were gonna sign papers and everything. I was in LA, and then the pandemic happened, and I couldn't find toilet paper. So I was like, my girlfriend was like,
who's now your wife?
Now my wife.
Love
she
her.
was
Alicia.
like, Alyssa.
Sorry.
And she was like, you should probably fly back soon. So me and her, she was in Vancouver. We both flew back at the same time, and then we went into lockdown. So the guy that was going to sign me left that company. 6 months of COVID. I was like, we always had the idea for Island Diaz. My nickname is Roger Diaz.
Is it?
And I used to make Island Diaz's like.
Is it
cocktails.
just you? Like, do you have a partner?
No. So me and my partner Chris Jacks is he owns the distillery Nickel 9. Oh, cool. So we do 50-50.
Is Nickel 9 gin?
Gin and vodka.
Where is it? Is it in
Stockyards? So Junction, Keele and St. Clair. You probably do. So we started like we had this idea, and then we just like pushed the pedal to the metal once I wasn't able to work. So then 2021 we actually released, and again I'm doing ads for Jack Links, I'm doing ads for Pepsi, big ads, $300,000 ads.
Get it.
Now I'm just pushing content daily.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've gone through the Instagram, but there's so many ads.
I did. Yeah.
That I'll write the night before, shoot the next day, and edit that night.
That's lit.
But you do something for Coke, and it takes 3 months to get out.
Right.
So I'm the client, I'm the director, and like the agency, everything.
It's kind of funny because you can kind of like look at that as like the music industry too.
Yeah.
Like if you get like a deal.
It's like I'm a rapper.
Right.
It's like I'm a rapper. I'm just putting out content like crazy.
Yeah. But
you know?
it's like you're kind of like independent, right?
Fully. But like we were on Dragon's Den.
I saw that.
Yeah, we were.
Big up that.
That was crazy because we got on there within 6 months of our company being on.
That's fucking sick.
And you know how we got on there? Is one of my friends that I used to direct for. She's a producer. She posted our stuff, and the executive producer of Dragon's Den hit her up, being like, "These guys look like fun. Let me know if they want to be on Dragon's Den." So we're like, "Of course we would. Like, why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't you?
Dude, anyone would be on Dragon's Den."
Did you guys get a deal?
No.
Oh, shit.
We were 6 months in. Like we had our numbers were like
That's
6
all
months
it
old.
comes down to is the numbers.
The numbers.
Your numbers are fucking shit.
It's entertainment too. Like our numbers were good, but like
were they?
They just didn't really get what we were doing.
They didn't. Yeah.
Like
they didn't pick up what you were putting down.
Well, a lot of people think now it's a podcast, not a rum brand. A lot of people think it's a rum brand, not like everything else. A lot of people don't even see the ads, so it's like they didn't understand pushing content is as valuable as anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that you're like on such a like this. It's like very like LA and like very like ahead of Toronto. It is. Yeah. And like I know and I've seen it and it's like professionalism and like if you want like this is like a great show.
Yeah, we got fucking water
you got
and rum.
Water
you know
and rum.
We got water and rum. That's what I'm talking about. And fucking
Literally.
phones that don't work.
I know, but
they're good.
Yeah.
No, thank you for saying that. I appreciate
like
that.
Like literally, like, and that's not even just like.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I gotta show you this other thing that
I could literally sit here and talk to you all night, probably.
We might have to, yeah. We might have to order another bottle of rum from LCBO because I have none left. No, it's funny though because like even the videos that we've been doing, because I know I'm not gonna say I know every hip hop artist in the city, but I know a lot of them.
Same.
You know, so it's like it's in everyone needs a video.
It's a small community,
and everyone wants a bottle of rum in a free video for me to cross promote. It's massive, right?
And listen. I don't want to hate on like Toronto's like music video thing, but like with like independent. But like, come on, like how many more Airbnbs can we go in? And fucking. I secretly
kind of like them. I don't know why.
Don't do that.
I don't know what's going on.
You are a film guy, and that is disrespectful.
I'll show you. I'll show it to you after.
Yeah.
But like what I do with the free videos.
Don't tell me that you do Airbnb.
It's in an Airbnb.
No, wrap this up, Jake.
No. What I do is I really just do on the white walls.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But like straight up just performance, which I love.
I love.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you see my LA performance?
I did. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I have another one dropping soon.
Sick. Do you go to LA often?
No, it was my first time. I literally am trying to go this weekend, but
yeah. What's going on this weekend? Why do you want to go?
Jack, or what's it called? What's the Keanu Reeves movie? John Wick party. Boom. I got invited to that.
And he's gonna be there?
We don't know. Keanu might show up.
He might just be on a subway in Toronto, dude.
Probably,
you never know. I love that guy.
I love him. He's so cool.
That guy's the coolest guy in the fucking
literally
world.
And he's Canadian.
Oh yeah.
We love that.
Love it.
No, one of my friends is DJing it, and so he's like, come out. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I would. But there's a good flight there, but there's no good flights coming home. I'm like, is that a sign? Is that a sign that I should just
stay? Maybe. Would you stay there for a bit?
I would literally give my left tit to live there.
Now, where would you live?
Santa Monica or West Hollywood.
What about Venice? You don't like Venice?
No, I do like Venice, but like it's just a little for a female. It's a little.
Yeah,
it's a little sketchy.
LA is just like dangerous no matter what.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Like we live in that danger zone, you know. But I love if I had the money, Beverly Hills. Like
yeah, of course. Yeah. A lot of my
it smells rich there.
Yeah, I mean like the air you're getting richer. You know what I mean?
Literally,
you're getting like economics
out, like,
or something. Yeah, you're just like
it's
I should get into this stuff today. Yeah,
it's wild. Like if you go down Rodeo Drive, I swear to God, there must be like sets because
it's crazy.
I got out. I was like I feel rich right now,
dude. I've spent time with like fucking rich people, poor people.
Same.
Poor people, rich people, really wealthy people.
Same.
Like people where I remember I met this girl.
Stupid money.
Like, okay, so we were at the Soho House, West Hollywood, and me and my buddies, my two friends, we were just chilling, and this one lady just coming over asking for cigarettes. My buddy had cigarettes, so he kept it, and then
giving her.
And then she was like an older lady, like maybe in her 50s, and she's like, "Why don't you guys come over to our table?" blah, blah. We're like, okay, sure. Like, whatever. It's just friendly. Go over there. The one lady owned, Amway?
No.
Amway's like when you go door to door and sell shit.
Sure.
So I think there's like this one, I really forget the name, and this kind of sucks for the story, but it's like a makeup line that's just the lady that owned it. We were having dinner with her. So she's a billionaire.
Okay.
So now
this is the smoking lady.
Her friend.
Okay.
Her friend, but she's also wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're just like, yo, you guys are really fun. You're young and stuff. You want to go to karaoke? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Mary Kate. She owns Mary Kate.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
No, that's a thing.
Yes. So now she's like, drinking and stuff like that. And then she goes, by the way, I had you all retina scans. So she's like, I know exactly who everyone is. I'm like, this is kind of fucking fucked up.
Do you think that's cab?
I don't trust rich people. So
I know I don't trust rich
I feel like they
either.
might have that technology, especially right now that our phones have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that was like kind of freaking me out.
What year was this?
2017.
17. That's questionable.
Right? But she's like a billionaire.
True.
So and she had like security she had 2 security guards.
A retina scan at the Soho in West Hollywood.
Retina scan sounds like I showed her my asshole or something. I don't know what it
like how was she like
I guess maybe she's talking
like
shit.
Was she like did she hold up a pen
like
to
the
your
MIB
face?
thing? Yeah. Man, I'm like I just don't remember anything. I'm like, oh okay. I'm like I'm your slave.
That's crazy.
But
I mean they say everything in LA,
Oh, they do.
They do.
But like she was like we took an Uber from Soho, like right around the block to I can't remember the club, but it was like literally I would have walked 1,000 times to that club, but like we took black SUVs there.
Okay.
And 2 security guards per SUV, and there's 2 SUVs. It's crazy, right? You never know who you're gonna meet.
I know.
And
that's why like
you should definitely like spend as much time as you can there.
I know.
Because again, you just might be in the right room at the right time.
I know, and that's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing, and it's the energy there. I did 3 shows there, and the energy there.
Like in one trip, you've been there once.
Once, and I was there for a week, and I did 3 shows.
That's amazing.
3 shows, fucking.
Would that happen
10
here?
interviews.
No, that would not happen here.
I mean, if you want
it, but like the energy's different.
The energy is just so different, and like. I can't even explain it. And like even just going, I went by myself. I went completely by myself, and like I met so many amazing people and so many amazing connections. To this day, I still talk to them. It was only a month or 2 ago, but I love everyone I met in LA, and like really like they're all about building connections, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. And it's like, you help me, I'm gonna help you.
Totally.
And like exactly what you said, like you never know who's gonna be. You could be in a room with Beyonce's fucking writer. Yeah. You don't even know.
Yeah,
exactly. And like that's the coolest part about it. You're in Starbucks and fucking I don't even know who walks in.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck him. But no, like someone's there.
Little Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Boom, he's there.
Huge.
And that happens.
It
right?
happens.
That just happens all the time.
All the time.
One time, I'll tell you one story.
Love.
Just fucking super zooted on Adderall.
As you should be in LA.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
there's
thing.
a shortage right now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a prescription. So no,
I don't think it's in Canada, but LA. Is,
really, eh?
Yeah.
So next thing I know, I'm in Wale's house.
Shout out Wale.
Wale's all fucked up too. He's doing what is it, like the magic ball dance?
Cool.
In the middle of his living room. Like, this is cool. So me and him are chatting. We're trying to talk to each other. We can't. Don't know what's going on. Then Ja Rule walks out of the bathroom.
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, my boy Chris Styles, shout out Chris Styles, because he was just like, bro, don't go talk to Ja Rule right now. It's 5 a.m. I'm like, dude, I got it, bro. Like,
how could you
God
not?
presented me
Ja
Ja
God,
Rule.
I didn't even know the Bee's Knees was right here.
Yeah, Bee's Knees is here too.
Shout out Bee's Knees.
And I was like, I got to talk to Ja Rule. God presented me Ja Rule. I must speak to him. So I go, I'm like, yo.
What was the first thing that you said to Ja Rule?
I said, you're Ja Rule. I said,
what did he say?
He goes, he looked at me like he looked
5 in the morning.
Yeah, and he's
partying all night.
He looked through me. Basically, it was just like, yeah. And I go, dude, you're a legend, bro. Like, and he liked that. He's like, oh fuck, and he's also like came up to here. So I'm like talking.
He's short.
Yeah. Well, I'm 5'9.5". He's probably 5'6". 5'3", 5'4".
5'3".
Maybe I was high. I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, you're Ja Rule. He's like, yeah, I am Ja Rule. I'm like, that's sick. And
That is sick. I
It
love
was
that
really
song.
cool. It was really cool. And then we chatted for about 5 minutes, and then
Like, what did you talk about?
it was the time.
Like with the weather. Like, what was?
I was just telling him like how many albums he had and stuff. I was telling him a lot about himself.
I love that.
A lot of stuff that he already knew.
Yeah.
But he was just like, yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm like, you got a TV show coming out. He's like, yeah. I'm promoting it currently right now. Yeah. He had that reality TV show. This is before Fire Festival. This is 2015.
Okay. Oh yeah, Fire Festival.
So he had some like reality show coming out, as you should if you need a little bit of dough, right?
Oh my god.
But no, it was sick. And then Jason Derulo, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
So he said, he goes, he liked that I was just making people laugh and stuff, and then he said that I looked like Steve Nash.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Nash, like
The basketball player.
Oh.
This I didn't have so much of a beard. I don't think. Yeah.
I love
Anyways,
that.
that was one night in LA.
Oh my god. See, like you're giving me like flashbacks. Like it just.
Yeah, but it's sick though. Like that happens all the time.
I know,
right? Yeah.
I know, and that's why like it just.
One time at the Soho House, I pushed Jason Statham. I pushed Jason Statham, and I said, "You think you're tough?" And like
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did as a joke though,
it.
and he loved it. And he was just like,
I need to
who
go back.
who the fuck
Why
is,
did you
who
come
the fuck is you
back?
guy? Love,
Alicia.
Alyssa. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it was actually before that. So my dad also can't get to the States. So
Does he have some priors?
He's got some issues, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted, like I'd rather be here and go to there.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually, I don't know if I end up there now, just because like with this, we are opening up California at some point.
Are you? Do you need like a rep out there? Like you can sponsor me?
You're hired. Yeah. Well, no, we'll do something. We'll do
Get
something.
that on camera and shake my hand.
Yeah, I got to do one of these. Legalities, allegedly. Allegedly. Oh my God. We're already at an hour. I love it. 1 second.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay.
Really does.
So
that means I'm a good guest, right?
you're an amazing guest.
Yeah.
You're gonna come back.
I will co-host this with you.
Perfect. Okay, so before we end this, how'd you find us? Well, I want to show you upstairs. I want to go see the comedy. I want to go see the comedy. Yeah.
Danton, you're ending my podcast because of your comedy show.
No.
And you better check it out this Saturday at Broken Cage Gallery.
Here's the thing. We definitely got to do like a part 2. So I want to save some stuff for part 2.
Absolutely.
But how'd you find out about us? Because
you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Friday's interview.
Friday. Shout out Friday.
Shout out Friday.
And you've been on Fridays.
Yeah, 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. He's out there. And
he's amazing.
And I love Friday. And we don't agree on everything.
You don't have to.
We don't have to. You don't have to agree.
No.
But I like what he does for the culture.
I love without him, really. He really started that whole, I would say, content side for Toronto anyway.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Or maybe Canada.
Yeah. I just wish, like he would give more people. I saw it on what he was talking about with you. Just about the followers and all that shit. Like I don't agree with that. I think that you should, show everyone's talent. Like, who cares? Because you never know who could be. You know what
it was, though? It was more putting in work. Like
I know he's a big thing. And Friday, let me say this.
It wasn't so much about the followers, more about like do something before. Yeah, do something.
And that's funny that he said that.
I'm gonna get his back on that one.
Okay, and good, because you're absolutely right. And Friday, you were right, because honestly, I was in a funk. Yeah. And I will never forget it. I messaged Friday. I was like, put me on the podcast. And he's like, why the fuck would I put you on the podcast? You haven't dropped anything in months. And that was kind of like a moment for me, and I'll never forget it. I was like driving, and I was like, fuck, he's right. I haven't posted. I haven't.
Yo, he's kind of like the guru, eh?
I know, and it pisses me off because sometimes I'm like, fuck, Friday. Like, you're right. And and as an artist, like sometimes like your ego.
It's hard to hear that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But it's like what's consecutive?
Consistency.
Consistent criticism.
Criticism.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Sort of. Yeah.
Constructive. We got there.
Shout out.
We got there.
One take, Jake. Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Because
And
I was not going to get there. I'll tell you that much.
it really pushed me and it inspired
course.
me. And I'm going to say this year that Friday is probably the reason why I'm here where I am today, because I was so depressed and so like over being in the music scene and like done. I was done.
That's wild.
And when I had messaged him that, and like, you know how ego is a huge thing. I messaged him that and I just kind of got like slapped in the face with reality. And I was like, you know what? He's right. So that made me work fucking harder. And now I'm here.
I'm not going to lie. When you messaged me,
Yeah.
what did you say?
What did I say?
I want to come on the podcast.
I did.
And I said, like, no one's just been flat out. You and G-Body. G-Body was like, shout out G-Body.
Shout out G-Body.
And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, let's
you
do it.
liked that energy?
I like that. Like, it's not beating around the bush.
So
you know?
for me, I manage myself.
Yeah.
I do everything. I book all myself. I have, in the States, I have a booking manager. But,
amazing.
Here, I do everything. I manage myself, do everything. And I think that networking and like just getting into people's DMs and like shooting your shot is like so important.
100%.
Yeah. And like, look where we are.
I mean, this wouldn't have happened. I don't like, not to say I wouldn't have reached out to you, but it would have taken probably another couple of weeks or something.
Yeah. But people like reach, like for me, I think that saying yes to like mostly everything.
Yeah.
Is important. Like, I don't care if you have 500 followers. If I can see that the production value is amazing and like there's something there, I'm so down to support. And a lot of like blog pages, people may not know this, but I like really fucking pushed for those blogs and they're at like 10,000 followers today.
Yeah.
I was like one of the first people to like, I'm an influencer. Like, let's go.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Period.
Talk your shit. I love it.
Say it with your chest.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, that is episode Raxx.
69.
It's not even a there's not even a number except for 69, but it's not the 69 episode, but it's episode Raxx. That's what I'm saying. Two people from small towns.
Just out here. Thick chick from a small town.
Boom. I love it. I like
Big
that
ass,
song, by the way. That song's sick. We were
with a
listening to
cute little
that.
frown.
We were listening to that on our way to Toronto.
I'm so happy. And like, I'm coming back.
You're coming back.
And like, if you ever need a female co-host,
Hell yeah. That'd be cool.
This is a vibe.
All right.
Boom.
Shout outs to Friday as well.
Shout out to Nisha Bath.
Tanisha Bath. Yeah. Shout out.
Get it.